to Bosa GHTV. My name is Antonia Prapa Asari. My special guest today is a past student of Achimota Secondary School, the national president of Glaucoma Association of Ghana, Mr. Harrison Kofi Abutiate. Stay tuned.
Stand up for the champion.
Ghana, are you ready to play? Are you a young budding talented footballer between the ages of 10 and 17? As a parent or guardian, do you have the next Asamoah Gyan, Michael Essien, Stephen Appiah, Dede Ayew or Richard Kingston? George Ofori Sporting Academy, Gold Sporting Academy is here to help you nurture your football dreams. Gold Sporting Academy has modern day training facilities. They have both boarding and day facilities at Afatime Biakpa and Klefi, all in the whole West Municipality, Volta region. They currently have residential facilities in Kraship in the OT region. They also register your wards as FIFA players and run mainstream education for them as they develop their skills in becoming football greats. They also give them scholarships abroad to further their education and football career. For more information, contact 0548 680 766 or 0244 655 144. Gold Sporting Academy, Onyi Megagla. Go for gold. Gold Sporting Academy. Strong man, go for gold.
For the champions, stand up.
Welcome back. For more videos, don't forget to subscribe to Bosa GHTV. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Dan. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yes.
I'm so grateful to meet you today. My name is Antonia Prapa. Today we want to know who Mr. Harrison Abutiate is. We know you have attended Achimota School. From Avatime to Achimota School, that has been a very great thing. Some people would want to know how you managed to get into Achimota Secondary School. Please, who is Mr. Harrison Abutiate?
My name is Abutiate Harrison. I was born in Colombo, near Ifiduasi, in the Ashanti region, because my father was there, the dispenser and the mines. So my father and my mother, who is Aurelia Blomity from Abezobe. Yes, and my father is from Biakpa, of course. So I was born there and I grew up till I came back to Biakpa to start, Avatime Biakpa to start my primary education. I was in class 6, or around class 6, when I was asked to go and stay with a teacher called Mr. V. And he was transferred to Nkunya Rupon. So I stayed with him at Nkunya Rupon. I was washing his things, cleaning his room, ironing,
Eventually,
Yes, eventually everything. So I was with him at Nkunya Rupon till class, those days it was standard 1.
okay.
Yes, standard 1. And then I was asked to go and stay with my uncle, the late Thomas Abutiate at Beijing. So I stayed there for 2 years. Then I had to go to Amezobe Middle School, Form 2. And I was there Form 2 and Form 3. I was in a boarding school. But I used to help. I think he's also now late day to me. Yes, because then the headmaster. Then I sat the common entrance and I passed. My first choice was Achimota Secondary School. I passed. Those days, after you've passed, they'll send you a telegram. Yeah,
Okay.
they sent a telegram.
Okay.
And then you accept and you go and pick the telegram somewhere in Amezobe. Yes.
That was the only place there.
That was the only place there. Then all the PO box, everything was Amezobe.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So After that, I had to go for an interview at Mauli Secondary School. And something interesting happened. The day of the interview, I saw a white man carrying some books. So I ran to him to help him. And so he gave me the books and we went to the room and I put the books down. So he asked of my name and I told him. So he was very grateful that I helped him. Now I came back to where we were supposed to sit for the interview. And lo and behold, I was called in, and the man I helped, the white man I helped, was the headmaster of Achimota School.
Wow!
Who had come to, interview us. You see, so immediately he saw me, he started smiling. There was no interview as such.
Oh!
He just asked me, what is your hobby? I said, I do some gardening. He said, well, then we hope when you come to Achimota, you do our gardens for us. So that was the long and short of the interview. So when I came out, I saw this other boy who was going for the interview. I think it's called Mr. Sasu. He said, what did they ask you? He wanted to know so that you prepare for it.
Okay.
So I just said, well, it was a short interview. He asked about my name and where I came from and all that. Anyway, the long and short was that the interview was over. I had to go and wait till I get my results of the interview. Of course, the telegram again came, but the question was, how was I going to get money to go to Achimota? By the grace of God, I think I did well, and I got a full co-marketing more scholarship. Yes. So that was how I managed to go to Achimota. But there were other things, of course. Those days, you have to buy your clothes, your trunk, your shop box. Of course, it must be full. Your blankets and pillow. And my father took me, after we got those things, my father took me by road to Senchi. So we slept. Those days there was no bridge, no Adami bridge. So I had to stay in the Pantu. And then we crossed to the other side. Of course, mosquitoes beat us along the way. Yeah. I won't forget that my grandfather and my uncle, Herman Abutiate and Tommy, they contributed in addition to what my father had to support me, even for the transportation, to Accra. My father had a friend called Mr. Datsan. He was a chemical seller near the General Post Office. So we spent the night there, and the following morning, my father said, well, we have to go to Achimota so that they show me my dormitory and whatnot. On the way, he passed the airport. There it was a small airport, and he showed me, you see those planes, all those people who are going the place, government gave them money to travel. So if you learn hard and you also pass, they'll give you money to travel like that. And it motivated me, yes, because a small boy, bush boy from Biafra, and to sit in an aeroplane, it was no joke. Yeah. Anyway, we arrived at Achimota. I was shown my dormitory. Then those days they will give you other clothes, the Achimota school clothes, Achimota sandals, and a few other things. You go to the dormitory. So I was shown all these things. I went to the dormitory. I slept very well that night, first time to sleep on a comfortable bed. But Achimota was an interesting place. Those days there were so many white people. And I must say it was one of the first times I interacted with a white person. Yes. So you go to classroom, then especially there was a lady who was teaching us English. She would come, rattle this. Before I could get them, she's already finished and it's gone. So the first term was not a joke.
Okay.
Because the English was not flowing. But we managed to make up with the mathematics and the other technical subjects. So that was my first experience in Achimota.
Were you able to flow with the other students?
Oh yes. Those days, you see, the students came from all over the country.
Okay.
In fact, some of them even came outside Africa. So I went to Achimota in 1958. Yes, that was when I went to Achimota. I was there for 5 years. So I left in 62. Yes. And before I left, well, I made very good friends. We were 25 in a class, and there were 4 classes. So in all, there were 100 people. So when I was about to leave, I had to leave because Form 5, they said the other children must also go to school. Yes, so well, I accepted it and went to work at Barclays Bank at home. So there I worked for 1 year, then managed to save some money, and then applied to go to University of Science and Technology. Those days it was called Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, you know. And yes, I did science. At first, I applied to do town planning. Yes, but in our time, you just had to start pre-science. It was called pre-science, and you could do so many subjects. And then after 2 years, then you decide which particular subject you wanted to do. But I wanted to do town planning. Along the way, of course, I remember my father was a dispenser, so after the 2 years, I switched to pharmacy. Yes, so that's how I developed to become a pharmacist. Yes,
okay.
Yes. And after the pharmacy course, of course, I had to find. It was not difficult to find a job because there were people who were going around schools and looking for students and trying to convince them to be part of the institutions. You know. So I got a job from Danafco. Those days, Danafco, they invited me for an interview in Accra. So I had to fly. They sent me a ticket. I flew from Kumasi to Accra for the interview. Yes, first time.
Your first time in the plane, how was
I'm telling you, it was one of those things. I mean, once you are flying, there's nothing you can do. It's not like Trotro. You can't jump up. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I came for the interview, and I realized the only thing I had to do was to pass my exams. And if I passed, then they would employ me. And again, by hard work, it was not easy because the life at Tech was not easy. I started from University Hall, which was called Katanga. Katanga Hall, yes. And that was the hall for the first year students. And from Katanga, I moved to Republic Hall, where I stayed. I was staying to keep people away from me so that I could learn.
Okay.
I was still staying in one of the flats, one of the top building. I think there were about 8 floors. So I stayed in room 98 at the top there. You know, yes. So if you don't have anything to do with me, you don't come and disturb me. Yes, no, that was the idea. Yes, because I know coming all the way from Volta region, I had to pass and continue with my life. And I think this is something I would like our youth to know, that you must always remember your background, and so that when you have the chance, you take good advantage and improve on it. After Tech, of course, I joined Danafco, like I said. Then from Danafco, I worked till 1979. 78. I went to take 69 or 63. Then I left in 69. Then I worked with Danafco till 78, 1978. Yes. So from 78, I was, well, because I was working hard with an American company which was supplying Danafco. Yes, I was transferred to East Africa. Yes, but during the first few years, I was in charge of Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and the Gambia markets. Yes, as the zone manager. So when I was transferred to East Africa, I became the zone manager for East and Central Africa. And those involve countries like, okay, I was based in Nairobi, Kenya. So I was in charge of Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Seychelles. So I was going around those countries, working with some medical representatives of the company. We were also involved in local manufacturing of pharmaceuticals. Yes. Then what happened?
Stay tuned.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
I know we just control it, it's in my blood now. Thank God I made it, oh we now by the spirit. I know we just control. Down on the beat, it's in my blood, it's in my blood. This one is in my blood, it's in my blood now. It's in my blood.
Hey, don't let your poverty make noise. Tilapia black black true.
Welcome back. We were on your working experience. Yes. Please, let's take it from there.
Yes. As I was going along, I remember a few other things. Like when I was in the secondary school, or even at the university, I used to come back home and I used to go to help my grandfather at his Ayoma farm because I was the eldest son. So every time he wanted to see me, at Ayoma. And those days the road was not good. We had to walk. I had to carry some cocoa to Ayoma from the village. We used to go and fetch water for the old man. After all, he helped me to also get some money to go to school. So I never forgot that. Then along the way also, I told you I work in the bank. Now from the bank, the reason I'm bringing this up was that those days during the holidays, you had to get some attachment. And because of that experience, when I applied to Barclays Bank, they took me.
Oh.
Yes, vacation employment. I was doing this attachment at Barclays Bank just because I had worked in the bank before. So it was a helpful experience. So anytime you can help, you must help because you never know what advantage you get out of that. In East Africa, because that is where I reached, I realized that I had a lot of time on me apart from my work. So that was when I started studying other courses. That's where I trained and did my marketing correspondence course. The Institute of Marketing. I used the Rapid Result College to do the correspondence course, and I got the certificate in marketing.
Okay.
Yes, and it helped me because to me, I don't think anybody can live in this world without knowing some marketing. Yes, you have to market yourself.
Okay.
Yes, no matter what, you must market yourself.
Okay, because we've heard you've won the marketing games.
Well, yes, I will explain that.
Okay.
But I'm trying to forget something. I got married.
Oh, you got married.
I got married along the line.
Okay, let's hear that.
To Madam Elizabeth Mensah then, but now she became Elizabeth Abutiate. Yes, and so she's a great support throughout the time I was working at Danafco and then moved to East Africa. In fact, I left here for some time And during that time, she was also trying to put up some house for us, so that when I come back home, I will stay there. I can also say that during the time I was at Danafco, I also did some part-time jobs. I mean, like I was teaching at Mumbai Secondary School during my spare time. Whilst my wife was also planting hair. After work, she was in the ministries. After work, she would go and arrange to do some hair plaiting. So all these were little incomes that help us to survive. And again, at that time, I would say that we must all pray for supportive wife, because you can try your best, but if you don't have somebody supporting you, things can go anywhere. Yes, okay. So now we are in East Africa. I used to travel to all these countries, and I was working with the local staff. And of course, they respected Ghanaians, because most of them know about Ghana. They didn't know that we didn't speak Kiswahili, for example, which was their language. And there was an incident when I first went. I was staying in a hotel. So I sat there quietly, and somebody came to me and said, "You want to eat?" Yes. Then he spoke Kiswahili to me. And I said, "I don't understand." He said, "Oh, no, I don't believe it." One of the stewards, "I don't believe it." I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, where do you come from?" I said, "I come from Ghana." "And you mean you don't speak Kiswahili in Ghana?" I said, "No." So we must try to educate people when we leave Ghana, to let them know that we may come from Africa, but our languages are different. Then, once in East Africa, I also realized that they had a lot of tourist attractions, especially Kenya. You can go to Kilimanjaro, which is on the border with Tanzania. There were so nice game parks, and some of the things I learned there was that we must look after our environment. They really cared for the environment and the livestock, and because those were the ones that were bringing them a lot of tourist attractions. In fact, I think Kenya's economy is oiled by tourism. It's one of the very good tourist attractions with nice beaches, and so when I see some of our beaches here, I feel very sorry, very sorry, very sorry. And Nairobi had a higher altitude than the seaside city of Mombasa. So Nairobi reminded me of a place like Abutiate. I mean, it's not as high as that. Yes, but most white people lived in that environment. And I saw they were cultivating coffee, tea, and potatoes. And I was thinking maybe these are plants or fruits and crops that can do well in our environment also.
Okay.
So we must begin to think about those crops in our area. So after Kenya, I came back to Ghana and worked again for Danafco for 2 more years. I came back in '87 when my father died. So I worked in Danafco again for another 2 years and decided to start my own company. Yeah. That's Pharmacist Pharmacy and Marketing Company. There's a reason why I chose that name. I was on a student exchange program to Germany, and those days, when you are in the university, you can apply through the International Pharmaceutical Students Federation to be attached to somebody outside Ghana. Yes, but normally in Europe, So I was very active in student affairs also when I was at the university, to the extent that I became the treasurer of Ghana National Union of Students, NUCS. Yes, yes. So I was one of the national treasurers of NUCS.
Okay.
Yes, and in our days we used to arrange charter flights with GUNSA, the Ghana National United Nations Students. But during our time, I was with NUCS. In fact, we, the executive, then designed the crest, the logo for NUCS. Yes, yes, we designed it. So again, I traveled, and that was my first trip outside, on the VC-10 to London, yes. When I got this student exchange program thing happened, I was attached to a pharmacy in Germany called, it's a village near Dortmund, and the name of that pharmacy of Paracelsus Pharmacy. Yes, so that is how the name came about.
Oh, okay.
But this couple said we were corresponding, and so they told me how I'll get to this village near Dortmund. So I left on the VC-10 to UK, and we decided to stay first at the hostel, the Ghana hostel. I've forgotten the name of it, but I may remember it along the way. And I decided that I'll stay in the hostel because there you get free food. Yes.
That is important.
Very yes, and it is expensive to be abroad and buy food. Yes. And then we stayed in the hostel, which was subsidized. So we were washing dishes as part of our work there, and so through that I didn't spend much. But eventually when I was going to Germany, we had to cross then the channel. You go on a launch or Dover, it's a hovercraft, yes, which we use. There you leave and go to Ostend, which was near France. Then I took the train. You can imagine, never traveled on those things before. But I took the train, and when I arrived in Dortmund, it was midnight. And this couple were at the railway station waiting for me. Yes. And it was easy to identify me because I was the black man. Yes. So they took me to the house. By the time I arrived there, I saw Harry's room written, and they opened the room and looked at the bed and the furnishing, and so they told me, don't worry, today you are going to rest because I've been traveling the whole night. Yes. So I slept there nicely. And the following day, I was called over for breakfast. Normally, what they do is, after they've said they had breakfast, then the man will go to work. And the woman was a teacher, so she will also go for the teaching. Well, in the pharmacy, I think word went round. That was a black man. So the attendants or clients were coming more not for drugs, but to see the black man who was in the pharmacy. Yes, and those days when we came out, you see an old lady intentionally will come near and rub herself on you to see if maybe you become black also. Yes, that's right. Yes,
Oh, okay.
Yes, but well, those were good old days. And so the lady who was called Erica, as Mrs. Ken, the man was called Kent. Yes, Günther Ken, I remember the name. And the wife was called Erica Ken. So one day she took me to a school. And they wanted me to talk about Africa to them. So I said, well, I think the best thing is to ask questions. It's easier that way. I may say a lot of things which are not relevant. So they were asking questions, where's Africa, where do you come from, telling them all the story. The only thing about Kenya, because most Germans were going for tourism. They were going to Kenya. Especially they went to game parks, so they know there were giraffes and elephants in Africa. And most of them didn't know Africa was consisting of many countries. So you can just say, oh, Africa in Kenya or something like that. So they were asking questions, but I saw one of the children was quite quiet. He was quiet. So I said, okay. Yeah, I see you raise your hand. What did you want to say? So he said that I hear you in Africa, you live on trees. Yes. So I said, yes, it's true, you have an ambassador in Ghana. He's on the tree next to my house. Yes, of course. I don't know if she got the joke, but we all laughed like we've laughed.
Okay.
So it's to show you that they don't know anything about Africa. Yes.
Okay.
But the reason she asked the question was there was a hotel in Kenya called Treetops. Treetops.
Okay.
The hotel is built on tree stalks. They will cut the tree and build the hotel on top. And the reason they did that is that place, the soil is like salt. It has salt in it.
Okay.
So the animals will come and lick it. And the place is called Salt Lake. And so you can be in your hotel room. An elephant can pass under the hotel. That's why it's on top of the tree. So they'll pass there. And then, of course, you come out of your hotel and take pictures of the animals as they pass by. Not only animals, sometimes even lions and antelopes and things like that will pass. Yes. So then it hit me that when maybe this is what this child read about. And that was why I was talking about Africans living on trees. Yes. Yes. So I've gotten to the stage where I started Paracelsus Pharmacy and my connection with Paracelsus. This couple actually visited me for the first time because of the way we stay together. When I get up in the morning, I will polish the man's shoes. I will go with him to go and buy bread. Come back. They have a dishwasher, but there must be enough things. So when we have tea, for example, there were not many things to wash, but I will wash them, in the bowl, and then. So they liked me very much. In fact, they nearly adopted me. Yes, they nearly adopted me.
Okay.
Yes.
As Abutiate chairman for oversight committee.
Yes.
What does your job entail?
Yes. My interest in Abutiate maybe started long ago because I come from there and I've been looking at what I can do to help. You see. Then of course I came in touch with OC and we had a lot of discussions how to upgrade Abutiate. And one of the things he passionately wanted to do was to revive the Amu Festival. In the olden days, it was called Vanakwe. You have to come and see. That's what it meant. Okay. Because our people used to travel from town to town, and then there were so many events going on, so you must come and see. So I accepted to help in the resurrection. I call it resurrection or revival. Yes, revival of the Amu Festival. So it was during that time that it was important to set up a committee, to run the different, or to be in charge of different activities we were planning. So all these committees, somehow there must be somebody or some committee oversight committee to direct people, give ideas and information to them so that we can coordinate the activities we wanted to promote. In all, as oversight committee chairman, I was to see how to revive the AMO Festival. So we had so many committees to be helping, education, information, youth, agriculture, so many. Yes. But the idea was that each committee was to take control of some aspect of development in Abutiate. So during the period that we had the AMO Festival, we were encouraging everybody to join us to see what do we do about, let's say, the AMO itself. How can we revive interest in the AMO? We saw some of our children were not interested in farming. They want white collar jobs. Yeah. And it gave opportunity for some of them even to know what is available in these towns. And we use that also, the AMO Festival, for example, to revive projects in the towns. You will see that maybe Amezobe needs water, so they will take that as a project. And then during the AMO Festival, each town will contribute to support this project. So it also gave the chiefs a chance to really look at what was missing. So we moved from town to town and was chairing, most of those festivals. I think we went around 8 times. Yes.
I see.
Yes, we did 8 rounds, and then somehow it came to a time when we saw we should have a permanent AMO Festival committee, so that we don't lose the historical and also the people who were more involved. So that was when we had an AMO Festival committee run by Brother Baniba.
Okay,
as the chairman of AMO Festival committees.
Okay.
But like I said, oversight committees to see to all the projects that we have in Abutiate and coordinate activities there. Yes.
I want you to mention some few people in Abutiate in your life that you would have a word or say something to them. This time we have to go into our language, not in English. We speak Abutiate.
Okay.
Yes.
Baba briefly weapon me and weapon Abutiate. Ba we can to report Mrs. Mr. Edume. He is a headmaster.
Okay.
Okay. Fiabro Kusuyo Biko. Oh, we say Gagla, okay, or young man, or this school called part of Habitat talking pen. The poor of Covers Fiabro Kusuyo fine. Oh, because I pass with the legend. He's a serious, it's a we must secure or pass with the man. Back walking, can remember what was on top. Lady, a bleacher, a soft moderator, Abutiate, Mokasi, Yimimi, upon the glossy, with a Tisolome, with a Mosimami, Kigagra, Kilegi, Ikiditokis, and Wunu, or Kimawi, or Katsi or Tuto, there's a Christian Abutiate. Yeah, is a German scholar. It was who T. Blow Hajibane and graduate a boo blow in Zeneto, donate German to England. Or T. Him 334. Almost a Christian Abutiate. DG, you mean they coming. They coming from German to Ewe. I play Blolpuli, Usi Tachia, Kisi, Nirabiapa. Yeche 80 Obiakwe, the collector, I support the flight. We are all this school. I block a car glass, passing to me. I believe there's a discipline. The police. There's a discipline block. That's a blessing. We care because they do him a fair. One more say, until you be every take it. What time you if what time you don't walk here. What time if I don't talk, Fiare Kissy, Hable, and Mamma Fiare Kissy, it has a bit of Mamma. It was a close family unit. And this is very rather Fiare support who important. And one of the two. I believe Bezini, Loeria Meti, this is a Christo who says, I believe the one say. Babu Petewache, on the Atan or Wapo, the big person, they kiss it. Who says so is the one moment or where we take it on the campaign. But traditional beliefs out of a Pope kiss it.
Please, your final word. I wanted an advice for Go Sports Academy students.
Yes. Okay. My final advice is that life is not easy. Every experience you gain in life should help you to build on what you had or what you were. My running through all these positions as chairman of Pharmacy Council, past president of Chartered Steel Marketing Ghana, and the Glaucoma Association, it helped me to see that if you do good, others. You open avenues for others. Because these days when they call Abutiate, there are so many people who think, okay, they are related to me, and doors are open for them. And I'm happy that this is happening. And I believe that when we try to do things the right way, we may think that it's only for us, but through that, others also get opportunities. And if I'm from Avatimi, and they know I'm from Avatimi. Anybody from Avatimi who goes for an interview and says, oh, I know Mr. Abutiate is a pharmacist from Avatimi. I can tell you that a door will be open for you. Yes. Because I try to create that avenue for everybody. And it is our job to also do the same. Because as many doors that are open, the more successful Avatimi people we shall build.
Thank you very much.
Stand up for the champion.
Ghana, are you ready to play? Are you a young budding talented footballer between the ages of 10 and 17? As a parent or guardian, do you have the next Asamoah Gyan, Michael Essien, Stephen Appiah, Dede Ayew or Richard Kingston? George Ofori Sporting Academy, Gold Sporting Academy is here to help you nurture your football dreams. Gold Sporting Academy has modern day training facilities. They have both boarding and day facilities at Afatime Biakpa and Lefi, all in the whole West Municipality, Volta region. They currently have residential facilities facilities crashed in the OT region. They also register your wards as FIFA players and run mainstream education for them as they develop their skills in becoming football greats. They also give them scholarships abroad to further their education and football career. For more information, contact 0548 680 766 or 0244 655 144. Gold Sporting Academy, Onyimegagla. Go for gold. Gold Sporting Academy. Strong man, go for gold.
For the champions, stand up.
My name is Abutiate from Abutiate, and I would like you to subscribe to GOSA TV. Onyimegagla. Thank you.
Viewers, my name is Antonia Krapa Asari. If you want more videos, subscribe GOSA GH TV. Onyimegagla. Thanks for watching. Bye.